Guys, we already know the drill. Before anything else, come on guys, all you need to do is just click the like button. It doesn't take you that much, okay? Just 1 second. Click the subscribe because we are trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. And also do not forget to share, okay? Don't do that, so don't forget to do that so that the channel can grow. I will deeply thank you for all those three actions. But anyways, let's start this today. You see, I try to tell you, right? I try to tell you. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money, and so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my super dad Maxi mug. Yeah, everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Kaspa. Well, you guys know I have different super dad mugs. I think it's my son always love to do that. He saves up his allowance and he buys me a new mug on Father's Day. So you see it. Anyways, today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. Yeah. Yeah. First, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me set this. Let me set this. Excuse me. Let me set this down for a second, cause like it's really like Let me see. What happened when you don't listen, right? People don't play. But anyway, we better look at the 24 hours market performance. Right after that, we'll check out prices in details, and once we're done with that, we will check on our positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But yeah, you know, I tried. You try to tell people to pay attention to the basic things. Okay, I know I'm sitting outside here. I like the way the wind is blowing and where everything is happening. You try to tell people what's happening and how things are moving, but yeah, nobody pays attention, right? Until it is sometimes too late to make a move, or they miss that trend, right? Just lately, I started putting in I'm no longer a day trader, but I started including how I used to trade when I was a day trader. Okay, I started showing you how I used to do it. For those of you who followed those steps and made money out of it, congratulations. Okay, that's all we are all about, to make money. Those of you who still in the stages of doubt, who don't know exactly what to do, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But today is going to be a different topic, although when we look at prices in details, you will start understanding why I was telling you what I was saying, that hey, once those options expire, give it 48 to 72 hours, right? And you will see what happens. But hey, that is for a little bit of later. Right now, what I want to talk about today is about the AI. Everybody and their grandmama still tells you that yeah, AI is going to make our life better. AI is going to change the world. AI is going to do magic tricks and stuff like that. What people are not telling you is that AI making the world better also means max pain. You understand? It also means max pain, because most people don't look at it this way. Everybody feels like, okay, for big corporation, replacing workers, okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. For big corporation, replacing workers with a machine is an easy way to do things, because they save on the money, they save on space, they save on the time that they are being productive, because a machine does not need time off. It doesn't. It's a 24/7. Keep on going. Unless it breaks down, you get a technician to fix it and keep on going, right? But what companies are not looking at, in which again I can start telling you, this is another reason why I think this next financial bubble, which is about to pop, is going to be epic. If you think that what you saw in 2008 was bad, wait until this 2025 2026 bubble starts to pop. Then you will understand even worse than you understand better why I keep telling you Kaspa, Quant, and Cash. I keep saying that. Oh, if you want to do it, Kaspa, Quant, Jashmi, Cash. If you want to go that way, okay? Now, practically, right now, what are we looking at? The job market down, right? People again, because of economy, the job market is down. There's no much taxes getting collected by the government. There is no a lot of infrastructures are not working the way they're supposed to work because that tax money that we pay, okay, I don't know, maybe your country is not used that way, but the taxes that you pay in the United States of America goes into many things: supporting military, supporting social security, schools, roads, and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's fast forward. Everybody of you singing, all of you singing that mantra, oh, AI, AI, AI. Okay, let's fast forward. Imagine we are now in Doomsday, Terminator 10. So machines are taking over, right? What do you think will happen to the taxes? How do you think the government is going to run? So right now, we are losing jobs left and right. What do you think will happen to the job market once people begin to, once corporations and companies begin to just use machines to do all that stuff? What do you think? So everybody else is going to go to live under the rock or what? I can tell you right now, what will happen is that the job market is going to perform even worse than it is today. The amount of taxes that is going to be paid is going to be even less than it is today. Okay, so now it's a dynamic effect, it's a chain effect, a domino effect that happens with introducing AI. Unless there was some article I read, I was just reading about article that says the AI is not like most people think is going to happen. Okay, the AI is going to be partially industrialized, which again, when you start to think about it, it starts to make a little bit of sense. Now, one, if companies or corporation, whoever that starts this idea first, I think that the people is going to make more money. Like for example, if a factory requires 1,000 robots, okay, 1,000 robots to function, they might say, you know what, each robot will be sold to an individual, to the public, which again, instead of paying, let's say for example, if the salary of a worker was $10,000, for example, okay, that means the robot will be paid $5,000. That's what I think. Okay, that's don't quote me. I'm just giving you my own personal opinion, which means that robot works in the place of whoever that bought it. Okay, now the cost of maintenance will also be on that person. If the robot breaks down, the company is not going to fix it. You're only going to get a call and tell you, you know what, your virtual worker or your robot has been malfunctioning, and the cost of it is on you. Now, maybe we'll have us robot insurance. Maybe you will have you some mechanics to fix the thing. I think that is the way it is going. Therefore, you, even though you are staying at home doing absolutely nothing, but because you own one of these robots, you will be getting paid. And at the same time, you are going to pay taxes to the government, because now, even though it is the robot who is working, you are the one getting paid. Even so, when we look at that, excuse me for a second. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, so we will keep that in. We will keep it that way. That's where I think the government is going to go. It's not going to be 100% AI owned by companies. It's going to be 50-50 or maybe 70-30, in which 70% goes to the public, 30% goes to the probably to the clients, or I mean to the companies. So anybody else who is telling you that, oh yeah, it's going to be completely 100% AI, I don't think they know exactly what they're talking about. Okay, that's my little grain of salt to that. You have to understand it. But before we get to that point, right now, everybody and their grandmamas is talking about AI. AI here, AI there, AI to the left, or whatever thing that they're talking about. Okay, but you have to understand something. That bubble is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because now people are putting money into it. A lot of people are putting capital and stuff like that, but those companies are not actually there. They are not there. Go look, you can search, just a simple Google search of AI companies coming online, and this company is valuated at this and this company is valuated at that, and then you look at it and you go actually search where that company is. It's and like I'm telling you, 90% of them does not exist. And for looking at that and look at where macroeconomy is going and look at where everything comes together, time is going to come when people realize, okay, I've been putting money into it, but the company's not there. Pop, the bubble pops. Therefore, the stock of that company crashes, or the valuation goes down. And now that is when I keep telling you, the last part of the things that we talk about, the cash part of it, comes into effect. Because if you have a cash and the stock market crashes, you can either, like they say, DCA, which is that's the only part that I DCA on the stock market, because as the stock goes down, I buy. As it goes up, I buy. There's no difference, okay? There's no difference to me. If you look at the S&P 500, for example, I know it's not an AI company, but stock market, S&P is in an uptrend. That's what it is. It's in an uptrend. If you started buying S&P 500 back in 2012 or 2013, even though there was a dip during COVID era, you are still up. Understand? So that is how I think about it. That's how I think about what's going on. So yeah, it's an opportunity for you, for me, and for everybody else. Now, if we shift from that AI part, that's when you start thinking, people start talking about tokenization. Oh yeah, we are going to tokenize everything. We are going to tokenize my Maxi mug, my Super Dad mug. We are going to tokenize things like that. And it was funny to me. Okay, very funny to me. I was listening to Tom Lee talking. Tom Lee is like, he doesn't really give you how do you say it, a direct answer to stop. It doesn't give you that. But I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at Michael Saylor. They have no choice. They have to keep selling this facade on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. They have to keep selling it because it's what the masses want to hear. They have to keep it on. And then you look at it and you start looking at technology, how things are coming up. Okay, first you look at okay, let's take it this way on the coins that we talk about here. First of all, you have the Cubic, which again, Cubic is on the AI sector. Okay, AI sector, like we've been talking about here. Now, is it going to happen, or is it not going to happen? That's why I keep telling you guys that for me, when it comes to Cubic, it's a high risk, high reward, because you look at that AI bubble, which again, we don't know how big they're going to inflate it. But if that narrative alone, that belief that AI is going to take the world, people are going to FOMO in, because right now Cubic still doesn't have an ecosystem. If they start even 1% of ecosystem on the AI sector, Cubic is going to run. I'm not talking about run like excuse me. I'm not talking about run like, let's say, $100 billion market cap. I don't think so. I think Cubic, if it starts to run, we might end up $3 or $4 or $5 billion market cap. But if you think about it, you get into Cubic right now at $90 or $80 million market cap, and that thing goes to $3, $4, $5 billion. You make a killing out of it, and that's what I'm talking about. High risk, high reward. Now, if the AI bubble goes down, yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you are investing into Cubic, you have to be prepared for both scenarios. The potential of it going up is right there. The potential of it coming crashing down like a rock, rolling down a mountain is also there. So yeah, that's why I call it high risk, high reward. Okay, now you go to the next one, Jasmine. Jasmine is just something I think the Japanese government, you don't hear them. Every other nation, okay, a big nation like US and the rest of them, they're talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin there, Bitcoin blah blah blah. But when you go to the Japanese government and Japanese community, to them, it's all about Jasmine. It's all about Jasmine. As a matter of fact, all the Japanese companies, you have Sony, you have Philips, you have all of them. I don't even know if all of them are from Japan, but most of them, they are talking about IoT using Jasmine. As a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, I brought you guys a video about Junction, right? On the PlayStation Network. That is what they were testing the payment system, in which now they are going to be using Jasmine, okay, to be used as payment rails. So somebody was talking about that, like, yeah, but what do you think Jasmine competing with Kaspa? And you guys have to understand something. Jasmine is not a layer one. It's a token on the Ethereum network, which means they can change whatever rails that they are on. And I think once these vProcs start to come out, okay, most of these tokens are going to switch to Kaspa, because Kaspa faster, cheaper, and it's more how you call it, secure. So yeah, those things are going to happen. So if you start looking at Jasmine that way, imagine not even the entire world, let's just say just Japanese people are using it, meaning that Jasmine could run. Not this run. I don't think this run Jasmine could hit $1. I don't think so. For me, I think Jasmine this run we're gonna be looking at something between 30 to 60 cents maybe. So if you're trading Jasmine right now at what, less than a cent or whatever thing it is, and it goes up to 20, 30 or 60 cents, you will make you an insane amount of money. So Jasmine is not like any other coin you just toss up and hope the heads lands or the tails lands. No, Jasmine is backed by an entire country, by an entire government. That's why for me, I think short term it will make me money, long term it will make me millions. So I'm really paying attention to it. Okay, now we go to the next one, Quant. I don't even know how many times and how even to explain it. Quant is not doing just the cross-border transactions like XRP, like XLM, like what do you call it, XDC and the rest of them. It's not doing that. Quant connects all of them together. Quant connects XDC with XRP. Okay, Quant connect XLM with XRP. Quant connect Ethereum with XRP. That's what Quant does. And if you look at it, is a function that the way we are going, the way things are happening, unless something comes forward, which is a way, I don't even know how to put this, because right now, yeah, ISO 20022 is a bunch of them out there, but what connects them together? Quant, using the Quant over ledger. Okay, so this is something that most people, and when you start to tell them it's not going to be XRP, because for many obvious reasons, Quant does not want to control. Quant does not care about CBDCs or not. Okay, but XRP, yeah, we start mentioning CBDCs, some government goes, okay, some companies go, yeah, we don't want that. So Quant does not do that. And I don't see, I've said it here time after time, I do not see any government that is going to trust the country's wealth on a private company. I don't see that. And Ripple XRP is a private company, whether we like it or not. And on top of that, their numbers are shady as possible. I don't even know if you look at it. You've been releasing 1 billion of XRP every month since 2017. That ledger should have been emptied by 2022 or something like that. And here we are, 2025 going to 2026, the XRP ledger still holds almost 50%. So those numbers, are they fictitious, or what's going on in that department? And you think that transparency right there, governments are going to trust it? Well, that is up to you. So yeah, if you look at Quant makes that thing possible of different banks to do business together, regardless of what chain you are using. Quant makes it possible. So time is going to come when everybody, like I said, last November it was the compliance went live. Now adoption is happening, and with the adoption happening, you're about to start seeing things happen. I told you guys, for me, if everything aligns up, Quant is a $5,000 coin. That's what it is. Now if we get there this run, great. If we don't, we don't. But I think this run, looking at the time that we have before this bad news starts to hit the market, yeah, I think Quant probably $700-800 or even $1,200 is possible. Okay, as of that. Right after that, then we will see. But hey, who knows? I could be wrong and we could hit $5,000. Who knows? But we are going to sit tight and we're going to watch the market to see what the market is going to do. Because again, it's a lot of bad news coming on the crypto market, and also on the macro economy. There's a lot of bad news starting the end of January. Sorry about that. Starting the end of January, which again we already know things are going to look very, very ugly on the crypto market, on the macroeconomy. Crypto market, don't forget, Michael Saylor has the pending case with the MSI. We have that coming on. We also want to start seeing the effect on the macro side. We're going to start seeing the effect of the rate cuts, what's going to happen, because again, yeah, looking at on the international markets, on the international table, the US dollar is not performing as good as they claim to be, because hey, Trumpicius Margex is talking about the economy is doing great, but how is economy doing great if the job numbers look this bad? You understand? So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, and again, like I've said here many times, they are going to look. They have two options, okay? First, we do have economy on one side, and we do have the currency on the other side. Now, currency is really doing really bad. So are you going to print more money to make it worse? I don't think so. Well, it's something that a lot of you are going to figure out as time goes by, as things happen. It is what it is, okay? So everybody else telling you like, yeah, they're going to print more money, I don't think you know what they're talking about. But anyway, it is what it is. Now we go to the next one, King Kaspa itself. King Kaspa itself, where you start to look at and then you start to see that, oh, you are extra duper early when it comes to Kaspa. Listening to Tom Lee talking this morning, I was watching this video this morning, and I was just like, oh my God, this guy, you can see he is sweating, nervous, very nervous. You can see it. But hey, between Tom Lee, Michael Saylor, all of them, they have no choice. They have to keep selling this facade, this idea of Bitcoin, of Ethereum. They have to keep selling it, because that is the only thing that will bring that money into those markets. Remember, I told you, for me, I think Bitcoin 150, 160,000. I think that's where they're going to push it. Ethereum, maybe $5,000 or $6,000. We are going to see they're going to do it, because again, when you're talking about Wall Street or macroeconomy tokenizing assets, they are going to look at a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things. Things like, first of all, you need to consider the security. You need to consider if that chain can hold the volume. There's a lot of things that's going into it. As a matter of fact, we've seen it when there is too much traffic. Things like on a bull run, Ethereum fees goes too high. Okay, Ethereum fees goes high because the usage is there. So Ethereum cannot scale. So when you listen to people, when you look, it cannot scale as it's supposed to. So when you listen to people like Tom Lee talk, and they tell you like, oh yeah, Wall Street is coming in, they are going to tokenize assets, and when they do that, it's going to be using Ethereum, and because of that, price of Ethereum could go as high as probably $20,000. That right there, I begin to scratch my head, because maybe this guy has no idea of what Kaspa is. You understand? I think that's where I think the whole truth lies. Because if he knew what Kaspa is, he would not be throwing out those numbers. But hey, it is his job. It's again, you look at Michael Saylor talking about $1 million Bitcoin, which we know, like, first of all, Bitcoin has failed. It did fail what it was supposed to do. It's no longer what it is. Okay, so they have to come out here and sell you the idea. Okay, that idea of store of value, right? They have to sell you that idea, tell you like, oh yeah, Bitcoin is a store of value, when we know that it ain't. As a matter of fact, like I said yesterday, look at the Bitcoin performance when it comes to gold. When people are scared of the financial situation, they don't turn to Bitcoin, they turn to gold. But yet, it's going to pump because, again, the new form of, how you say this, the new form of paper Bitcoin, which is ETFs and the rest of them, they are going to guarantee that they make the money. As you guys have seen, money did not trickle down. Bitcoin went to $125,000. The profits that people got out of there, you can easily tell where it went. Stock market. The profit went into stocks, went into gold, silver, and stuff like that. That's where it's been going. But as a matter of fact, you can see gold is running on fumes. Silver is catching up. When all that thing happen, money is going to come out. Okay, people are going to figure out, you know what, there are still some normies out there who are going to still FOMO into Bitcoin. Okay, once they do, they're going to push it. As a matter of fact, look, we don't go far away. Look, trading view, and you look at gold, you can easily tell, and yet people are not looking at it. This is a parabola. You can easily tell. If you look at this run, for example, this run from here to here, this was a normal bull flag getting formed, and you can even see, look at the moving average. See, it formed a normal S, normal. That's what it did. But now, when you look at the move that we are in right now, you see, look at the moving average itself. It is a parabola. That's what it is. This, my friends, usually be the start of max pain. That usually be because like people are still FOMOing in, not noticing what's going on here. This is on the weekly. I like to look at a higher time frame because the noise that you see on the daily or the hourly don't really tell much. Higher time frame is what you got to look at, and when you zoom it in, you also begin to see it looks like gold is forming a double top. Okay, but hey, you know what, I am not your financial advisor, so you can easily do whatever you want to do with this information. But again, they're going to push Bitcoin. And now when you start looking at it and you start thinking about tokenizing assets and what chain can support massive amounts of transactions, massive amount of utility, massive scalabilities, like you can put different assets on it. That's why you start looking at Kaspa, because when you look at that, how the VPROX work, tokenization is going to be as easy as ABC. So yeah, you look at it at Tom Lee, you start hearing him talk. I begin to laugh even more because it is becoming more and more clear that yeah, the fear is real. Right now you don't hear much about Kaspa. People are not busy looking at it because again, things are following the step that is supposed to be. Oops, oh, come on. Sorry about that. Things are following the steps. Things are following the way they're supposed to go. And as time go by, you begin to realize that yeah, if you're not holding Kaspa in your portfolio, you're about to move. You're about to miss out a lot. And when I say miss out, you're about to miss. Okay, so yeah, it's up to you. If you look at it, the bubble, the AI bubble is about to burst. Tokenization is about to happen, and you start to look at, okay, which chain, what chain or what crypto is even better in that aspect. Again, we know Kaspa, right? Kaspa is doing everything. Yeah, it's a little bit windy out here today. But anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look at the market. But before that, I will tell you again. If you're not positioning yourself, okay? If you're not positioning yourself, yeah, I had to move places because like the wind was getting crazier. But anyways, if you're not positioning yourself into one of these upcoming wealth transfer, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. It's that simple. Okay, so you have to look at it and you have to play with the logic. People are calling XRP. Go do your deep dive. People are calling XLM, and like you hear Tom Lee talking about Ethereum, and that is yeah. Yeah, so it's a good thing. You should go in there and search the stuff yourself. Don't take my word for it. Once you come out with your conclusion, you will figure out, like I said every time, Kaspa, Quant, and Cash in that order, or Kaspa, Quant, Jasmine, and Cash in that order. And then, yeah, let's see what happens after that. Anyways, now we can go and look at the market performance. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. Okay, let's go here at our good friend Crypto Balls. See, I told you, didn't I? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. How many of you are jumping breaches now? I told you, once the options expire, you have 24, 48, or even 72 hours before the major move start to happen. Now we started, right? Somebody was talking about peeping, and I was telling you, stay away from meme coins, you see? Peeping is the only one red when everybody else is running, right? But anyways, up to you. Now let's look at first King Kaspa, KAS, and we see here. For the past hour, we're up 0.3%, 0.4% up on the day, 4.2% down on the week, 22.2% down on the month, and 61.7% down on the year. See, the yearly has also started to drop, sitting at the market cap of $1.20 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $10.02 million. That's what I keep telling you. Pay attention to that volume. That volume is an indicator of something that is about to happen. Okay, now we go to the next one, Quant, QNT, the banker's coin, the coin a lot of people love to hate. What do we have? 0.1% up the last hour, 1.6% up on the day, 3.5% down on the week, 19.9% down on the month, and the same thing. Look at that yearly. It is coming down, 36% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $1.07 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $9.55 million. I'm telling you, that volume says a lot. Okay, now we go to the next one. Look at Cubic, high risk, high reward, right? Cubic, we do have here laying flat the last hour. Okay, 2.2% up on the day, 5.1% up on the week, 16% down on the month, and 76.9% down on the year. See, that's why I entered my position when we were sitting at 86% down. I told you it's about to move. Sitting at a market cap of $86.85 million and a 24 hours volume, $1.46 million. Is still a very high risk, high reward because of that market cap, right? Now, looking at Jasmine, the Japanese Bitcoin, what do we have? Laying flat the last hour, we have 1.2% up on the day, 1.1% up on the week, 17.6% down on the month, and 82.83% down on the year. Again, look at that yearly from 86 or 87 to 82, right? Sitting at the market cap of $300.38 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $9.11 million. Now look at the orange guy, which Jonathan's pet toro called Bitcoin. We look here, we have, see, 0.1% up the last hour, 0.4% up on the day, 0.4% down on the week, 3.2% down on the month, and look at that yearly from 12%. Now it is sitting at 6.8% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $1.75 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $15.69 billion. Guys, this again is a spring that has been pushed down to the lowest as it could. It's about to let go. It's going to spring, and again, people looking at it talking about 6 to 8 months of price action, mega bull run, and you're about to have the surprise of your life. It's not going to let that. It's not going to take that long for Bitcoin to hit 150, 160,000. And you're about to find out. Okay. Anyways, now let's go look at the market in details. Okay. Before we do that, okay, let's take a look at trading view first. We have here trading view. As you guys can see, Dixie going up, Bitcoin going down. You see, that's what we want to see. That is the inverse correlation. That's what we want to see. Tomorrow is Monday, but hey, let's watch how the market closes. First of all, we're going to start with our good friend Kaspa, KAS. And what do we have here? Okay, we start first with the 1 hour. On the 1 hourly, you guys already know, like I told you guys, it was a bull flag that was happening. We had this major resistance that could not be broken, and you see here in the last few hours it broke above that resistance. Okay, we broke above it, as you guys can see, and now it looks like we're trying to go up. The target measurement on that we're about to see in the next one, but in the next time frame. But as you guys can see, if you pay attention to the ribbon, it is really squeezing. It is red, but it is squeezing. Right now we are battling that moving average, which means like we might see Kaspa break above that moving average before the end of the day. That's what's happening right now. Okay, the previous resistance now is turned into support. Okay, now if you go into the 4 hourly, you see here right quick, and almost playing the same. Look at that ribbon, flat, squeezed flat. The explosion of this price action is going to be epic. It is. As you can see right now, the moving average is sitting around 4.7, 4.8. And we already know price always gets attracted to the moving average. We already know that. But once we break out of here, the target of this is, let me go on the daily. I think the daily will show you better. It's sitting at what? 5.5 cents. That's what we are sitting at. But one thing you have to understand, Kaspa right now, we are in a falling wage. If you go on the weekly, that's when you're going to see it better. We are in a falling wage which has not, which started since the all-time high, which was around 20 cents. So right now, price action is looking to try the top of that falling wage. And the funny thing about it is that the top of that falling wage is at 6 cents. Okay, therefore, you guys already know, like I told you guys yesterday, if we touch 6 cents or 6.5 cents, there is a lot of liquidation that is going to happen. There's a lot of price action. Money is going to be made by market makers. So price right now is going to go above that wage, and up we went. That's what I'm expecting. Now, for those of you on the day trading, let me show you. Okay, on the day trading, I'm going to open my Phemex, and I'm going to take Kaspa, KAS. Here. Okay, I'm going to tell you again. We're going to start on the hourly. You see, yesterday, what did we talk about? We talk about the MACD, the RSI, Bollinger Bands, and all that stuff, right? What do you look at when you look at the MACD? MACD is about to switch green, right? Is about to switch green. MACD, my friends, is about to switch green, which is a bullish sign. Okay, next one, look at RSI pointing upwards. You see, pointing upwards. So yeah, that is also another bullish sign. If you go now, look at the Bollinger Bands. Look at the Bollinger. We touch the bottom. Now we are testing the point of control. Okay, which means we break above that, we start looking at the top of the bands, and then it might, in my own opinion, I think it will go up. Okay, now if you go look at it on the daily, on the 1 hourly, sorry, 15 minutes, blah blah blah. On the 4 hour, sorry, this was just the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, what do you see? The same thing. See it? Bollinger Bands are squeezing, like really. We went from this to that. They are squeezing, and when you start to see the Bollinger Band squeezing, that means they're about to let loose. Now if you zoom in, look at the price. What do you see? We are at the point of control. That's where we are. Okay, so yeah, you need to pay attention to those kind of things. And now if you go to the next one, let's say the daily, let's look at the daily right quick right here. Let me just click this one. Now what do you see? Bollinger Bands are squeezing in. We are at the point of control. Look at the MACD and then look at the RSI. So yeah, price is expecting to start to move. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but something looks very nice and juicy on Kaspa camp. Okay, now let's go again to the next one. Is going to be Quant, QNT, the banker's coin. Let's see, QNT, and what do we see here on Quant? This is the 1 hour. Remember yesterday what I was telling you? Price always gets attracted to the moving average, And that's exactly what happened. Look at that ribbon. It has turned green. And I told you guys by the time it turns green, we will be at 73, 74 dollars. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if you look at it on the 4 hourly, you will see. Look on the 4 hours. The 1 hour has flipped. Now the 4 hours is doing exactly the same. Let's watch, see the market action. But like I said, everything depends on what Bitcoin does. Okay, so right now price always get attracted to the moving average. Right now moving average is sitting at that $79.80. Okay, that's what we're expecting this thing to go. Now if you look at it on the daily, let's see on the daily right quick. See, daily candle is already turning green. That's first sign, but we need to see that 4 hours flip first. We still have a couple of hours before the week is over with, which takes us to the next time stamp. So moving average is sitting right now, like I said, 88, almost $90. So yeah, price is expected to go to that price, $90. That's what I'm waiting for. Okay, because right now on this daily you can see we had a W, which it needed to break out, confirm, and keeps going. That's what we're looking for. But anyways, if you go on the daily, okay, I mean on the weekly, you will see that here we still have a little bit more time to go, because we're trying to see, if you look at this, this is low, this is higher low, that's higher low, that's higher low. So let's see how this week closes. As long as we keep higher than the price last week, quant is still bullish. Okay, for those of you on the day trading, let's go right quick. Let's look at let's go. Come on, let's look at this, and let's find quant QNT. Like those of you who say I never give you signals on the daily, right? Let's see. So first of all, we are going to start on the 1 hourly. See, yesterday I was telling you we had a buy signal. You guys remember? We had a buy signal, and that buy signal, let me move this on the side a little bit. Okay. You guys remember? We had a buy signal. We were touching the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, okay? And everybody and their grandmama did not pay attention to it. Okay, what happened? I told you we were looking to go to that $73, $74, and that's exactly what happened, because we went from there all the way to 74, and you saw the Bollinger Bands doing exactly that. Okay, so looking at it right now, you can also see we touch the bottom of the bands. Now we are at the point of control with these things squeezing. You see, they are squeezing, showing you that yeah, there is still a lot of bullish momentum going into this. Now if you go look at it on the 4 hourly, for example, look, the same thing. See on the 4 hour, that is more of a thing. On the 4 hour, like I said yesterday, we had a buy signal there. You see, buy signal. Once, if you have placed your trade, yeah, it must have gone down a little bit, but ultimately up. Okay, so what had happened since then? We went above and we tried that. We tried the top of the Bollinger Bands. Now we are at the point of control, which if you pay attention, it looks like we are forming a bull flag. That's what it's forming. I think we're gonna go back again, try and see if we break above. If you look at the Bollinger Bands themselves, you will see something interesting, very interesting, that the Bollinger is starts to curve, and this one is also started to curve. So yeah, things are going on as planned. If you want to panic, my friend, that's eventually up to you, nobody else. That's what I can tell you. The market is about to start showing the effects of those options getting close on Bitcoin. That's what's about to happen. Okay, so yeah, let's go back right quick and we can see it on the here. Now you are not going to say you are not getting this thing. So for me, anything under $125 is still nothing but noise. So sit tight, because $125 would lead us to that 151. Above 151 is 164. Once we cross that, 230 will be the next target. Above that, $400 or all-time high before we go into price discovery. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, you remember when I was telling you guys yesterday, those effects are going to be felt 24 to 48 hours, but the full effect probably 72 hours you'll start to see. If you look at Bitcoin, you see the same. What do you see? After all that price manipulation, I remember one analyst talking about yesterday, talking about, yeah, it's gonna be an inverse head and shoulder, because this was the head, that was the dead, and this was another shoulder. And I started laughing about it, because yeah, you might not know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, you can see the ribbon has turned green on the 1 hour. See, and exactly what we've been saying every time. Price always gets attracted to moving average. That's what happened here, right? You look at it on the 4 hourly, it's the same thing. Price is going to get attracted. You got $90,000. They've made it before. They can do it again. $90,000. That's where we're sitting at. Ribbon still red, but it is really, really squeezing. So yeah, I will not waste more time on this thing, because again, like I keep saying, they are going to pump Bitcoin to $150,000, $160,000. Whether we like it or not, it's going to get there. Okay, but anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look at our positions again. I do not condone leverage trading. So my friends, please just stick to spot trading. But if you want to go into leverage, down below I do have Bydfi, Phemex, Margex, and Wix Exchange. Follow those links, okay? Meet their required deposits, and they will give you free money. You get the free money, take $20 out and practice, okay? Practice. If you can turn $20 into 40, 40 into 80, 80 into 100, whatever thing you're doing, then you are ready. If you still cannot do it, keep on practicing, because leverage trading is the easiest way you can lose your money. It's the easiest way. Okay, Reg City always have a space. I hope it's not reserved for you. Okay, anyways, and after that we also have Acorn. Like I told you guys, Acorn is what I'm using to teach my kids how to trade on stocks and on ETFs. Follow the link on Acorn and they will give you free $5. That one you don't need to meet no deposit requirements. All you need to do is just to sign up. Okay, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at it. First we start with Bydfi. You guys know there I am trading King Kaspa, Jasmine, and last but not the least, Quant. My overall today is sitting at $5,900. Okay, but if you look at, let's refresh it just to make sure. Oh, $508.99. Oh, well, $5,900. If you look at the prices in details, and you see here on Quant, I am still down $4,800. Again, I trade at 50x and I don't use stop loss. On Kaspa, I am still there at $48 in profit and the same condition, 50x with no stop loss. On Jasmine, I am up $270 and it's also the same, 50x with no stop loss. You can pause it if that's what you're interested in doing, and then you can look at my numbers. Okay, next one is going to be Phemex. Phemex, you guys know I am trading Quant. I am also trading King Kaspa. Now if you refresh this, see my overall sitting at $1,400 approximately. And if you look at my contracts, you will see that here on Kaspa I am up $27. Yeah, yesterday they were all red. You see, they have started to flip. The same thing with my Quant. I am also up $37. But again, the same thing. I trade at 50x and I don't use stop loss. You can pause it and you can look at it if that's what you're interested in doing. Last but not the least is going to be Wix Exchange. Here I am trading I am trading King Kaspa, Quant, and Cubic. Okay, my overall here, let's refresh it, sitting at $1,700 approximately, right? And then if you look at the contracts, you will see that here we do have on my Cubic, I am I am up $28. Okay, not a big deal, but hey, it is just starting. $28 and I trade at 50x with no stop loss included. On my Quant, I am down $55. Okay, the same situation, trade at 50x and no stop loss. And then you can also look at Kaspa, which is I'm still down $36. The same situation, 50x and there is no stop loss. Okay, that's the way I trade. So I will not advise you to do the same if you don't know what you are doing. Okay, so let's go look at the last, which is going to be Acorn. And although it's a Sunday, there will be no movement on it. As you guys can see, the overall is still the same as yesterday. Nothing has changed. So there's no movements. And then if you look at portfolio, it won't change until tomorrow. Tomorrow, Monday, when the markets opens, and then we will be able to look at it much more in details. So as for today, yeah, There's nothing I can talk about on this account today. Anyways, now that being said, let's go back here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe. I am trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Don't forget to click that like button. It only takes you a second, right? Just 1 second, and that's it. And also don't forget to comment. If you don't have anything positive to say, drop me an emoji. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice to see, right? Tomorrow we're probably gonna do the questions and answers. I was supposed to do that today, but I not much time left on this one. And also don't forget to share so that other millionaire-minded attitudes like you and yours truly will can see this video and the family can grow. You never know what you learn from a stranger, right? Until I see you in my next one, take very good care of yourselves, okay? Bye bye.